Welcome to Crunch Time with Caitlin. In this video, I will be talking about should the Browns get Colin Kaepernick and who will end up with Colin Kaepernick. So, Colin Kaepernick in a Browns jersey. I would absolutely love it. Now, if you follow me on Twitter, you know that my little name thing is hashtag CapNCLE. I've been like, my bold prediction is by Friday he'll be on the Browns. I would just love it if Colin Kaepernick was a Cleveland Brown, especially with Hugh Jackson. There'll be a link in the description below where it's an article from 2013, and it was basically saying that Hugh Jackson said the one guy he missed out on in the 2011 draft was Colin Kaepernick. He ranked him as his top quarterback, and they were within like 3 or 4 picks of getting him before the 49ers jumped up and traded with I think it was New England, and they took him. Colin Kaepernick is a Hugh Jackson's guy, and if Hugh Jackson wants him, I would take him in a heartbeat. I would give up a 3rd round pick. I think the Browns' 3rd round pick is 65th overall, which is basically like a late 2nd round pick. And Denver, who has the 65th pick, I believe, they're not willing to give up a 2nd or 3rd round pick. They'd want to give up a 4th round pick, but they don't even have a 4th round pick. So, I know that was a lot of information in one little thing. So the Browns are in the driver's seat, I think, getting Colin Kaepernick. Now the problem comes, as of right now, is the cap hit. Colin Kaepernick, I think, has 5 more years on his contract. He's due $19 million per year. $11 million this year. Well, 19 if you break it down all the years, it's 19 million. But this year he's owed about 11. The Browns apparently want to get it down between 8 and 9 maybe. But I think they're just being difficult, to be honest. Yeah, he's probably not the most Moneyball type guy. But if Hugh Jackson wants him and Hugh Jackson loves him, I'm getting him ASAP. There is a chance that Colin Kaepernick is cut, and because his $11 million is due by April 1st. So he could be cut, and then there'll be a bidding war between Denver and the Browns, which, if I'm the Browns, I do not want to get in. I want to get Colin Kaepernick yesterday, basically. I think we all know that Cap is not the most accurate guy in the pocket. But especially when you don't have a right tackle as of right now, and you don't know what you're going to do with Joe Thomas, you have a hole at center right now, unless you're going to put in Cam Irving or sign someone. You don't want to kill Colin Kaepernick. So that's where his mobility comes in. Which, I think, if you have someone like him, you have Josh Gordon, banking on Josh Gordon being back next year. You have someone like Duke Johnson out of the backfield who could catch the ball. I think there are a lot of interesting options offensively for the Browns. And let's just say they trade for Colin Kaepernick. At 2, I said in the last video, get Jalen Ramsey. if he's taken at 1, you take Miles Jack or the offensive lineman from Mississippi. I can't think of his name. Tunsil, I think. At 32, you take a wide receiver. I don't really care who it is. I'd like Michael Thomas. I know, relax, just because he's a Buckeye, but no, I think he could be a solid number 2 next to Josh Gordon. And then in the 4th or 5th round, if you want to take a quarterback, fine. I don't really care. But getting Colin Kaepernick, he's only 28 years old. Yeah, he does fumble, but if I'm the Browns, I want to make a splash. I want to do something that says, hey, we're trying to actually, do something. Like, we lost out on Mitchell Schwartz. We lost out on Alex Mack. We lost out on, we really didn't lose out on Tashawn Gibson or Mitchell Schwartz, my bad. We kind of just, let them leave, which is why I just don't get it. I just want a competent quarterback on the Cleveland Browns. Could Josh McCown be that? Sure. Could one of the quarterbacks be that? Sure. But it was only a few years ago where Colin Kaepernick led the 49ers to the Super Bowl, where he led them to the NFC Championship. And even in last year with Jim Harbaugh, he still threw for over 3,000 yards, had a 60% completion percentage, threw for 19 touchdowns and only 10 interceptions. And that was through all the little things where, rumors came out that, Jim Harbaugh wanted out, that the Browns wanted a trade for him. I just don't understand why fans aren't willing to at least give this a chance. They see Colin Kaepernick, they think of last year. But last year, that whole 49ers team retired, basically. They had, everyone was hurt. They went through, I don't know how many running backs. From Carlos Hyde to Reggie Bush. I think they ended up signing the former Brown, Sean Drone. They had a guy who was playing rugby as one of their as one of their starting running backs. They had an aging Anquan Bolden. They had Torrey Smith, who just got paid. They traded Vernon Davis. Their whole right side of their line was terrible. I honestly don't get what, if you actually dig deep into their team and say, why was Colin Kaepernick terrible? It's because their team was hot garbage. But, people, I just don't get it. I just don't get it. Oh dear. But if I'm the Browns, I go get him yesterday, because you Sharpie in Colin Kaepernick's name for week 1. You go out at number 2 and you get the best player available. Then you go get another weapon for Colin Kaepernick. And heck, if you go get Colin Kaepernick, it'll probably show, oh, the Browns are actually trying to do something. And maybe, just maybe, the dark cloud over Berea will finally move on out. And that'll do it for this episode of Crunch Time with Katelin. Please like and subscribe to the channel. Comment down below. What do you think the Browns should do? Should they go get Colin Kaepernick? Should they go out and try to get another free agent quarterback? If they do go get Colin Kaepernick, should they still draft a quarterback at 2? Whatever your opinion is, Put it down below.
Your mouth is moving, but I can't hear you. I quit listening a long time ago. Your friends are just like you when you're not talking. You're waiting for your turn to start talking to me. You talk when you're walking and you talk in your sleep. You never hear this song, but you'll be talking. You'll probably talk when you're dead.